Good morning, intrepid readers. How's your Wednesday? This fine April morning. Did you know it's National Poetry Month? And last week was Shakespeare's birthday, April 23rd. 1616 was his death day, actually, sorry. 1564, April 23rd was his birthday, and also the day he died, which is ironic and sad and kind of cool and interesting and all of that stuff. So anyway, I didn't do a blog last week. I just sent the video from the week before and then did a whole bunch of other marketing things that I'm trying to do for my books. And so I don't have a blog to read to you today or to talk to you about today. So I guess I'm just going to talk a little bit. And that'll be fun, right? Just say, right, Kelley, you betcha. So, today is Disney Day, Disney Spirit Day at my son's school. I had to volunteer there this morning. So look, let's move that out of the way. I have Minnie Mouse on my shirt to try and be spirited along with my children, who only one of them had a Disney shirt. So, to be spirited along with my child. Let's say that. So I just got back from that, and let's see what else. So look, can you see this? I told my husband, oh no, it's a pimple. Oh fine, it's a pimple, don't worry about it. Not a pimple, it's a cold sore. Nasty. I hate cold sores. I hate the fact that I have this virus somewhere living in my body that appears on my lip or sometimes on the roof of my mouth. Do you guys get those canker sores on the roof of your mouth or on your gums or whatever, this disgusting thing I'm talking about that probably nobody wants to talk about? But God, ugly, awful cold sore. I'm not a fan at all. I'm trying, I'll give you a little hint. Something that I have found helpful, besides that Abreva, I didn't get to that fast enough or I would have been able to stop it. But I'm using that now, and olive leaf extract. If you get that and you kind of take large quantities of that during the viral, during this virus time, it makes it shorter and makes it work. Makes it go away faster. So that's something to think about. So I don't know if that's interesting information or just gross, but I don't have a blog to talk about. Oh, I'll tell you something exciting though. 2 interesting things I'll tell you about. Number 1, you guys know I am a writer and I have books that some that I have sold and some that I'm trying to sell. So I have this book called The A or B Principle. It's a nonfiction memoir / self-help / humor / medical advice / rambling story time novel is what it is. But I just had an agency express an interest in this book, and they asked me for the whole manuscript, which is a really big deal. That doesn't mean they're going to represent me, but it's a step that's really hard to get to, and I haven't got to it with this book. So now I'm kind of prepping that manuscript to send it this week, and let's hope that this agency would like to represent me and is good at selling the books that they have. I need to do more research on them as well, right? And before I sign any contracts. But it's really exciting and a big deal if you're a writer or just a person who deals with contracts of any sort. It's a big deal. This step is a pretty big deal. It's sort of like having a callback interview. It's sort of like having a second or third interview in a job search. So pretty exciting for me. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see, what else? Oh, last 2 weeks ago, I guess, I received a package in the mail addressed to me, and I open up the package and it's got these 4 passes, cool lanyard passes that say shareholder, and they're passes to a shareholders meeting for Berkshire Hathaway Corporation, which I don't know much about Berkshire Hathaway, but when I found out, it's like, oh yeah, Warren Buffett. It's Warren Buffett's company, and this is addressed to me, and come to the shareholders meeting in Omaha, Nebraska, May something. So I'm like, I wonder why would I have shares in Berkshire Hathaway? I don't know anything about it. And I did some research. You know, I have an IRA. I have an IRA from my teaching years, and they have different funds that they invest in to try and keep my money growing and what have you not. And so I'm thinking, oh, it must be through one of those funds, blah, blah, blah. So I called the guy that runs my IRA. His name is Kenny. He's a friend of my husband's who played baseball with my husband. He's really good about money. And I asked him about it, and he couldn't find it anywhere that I own any shares of Berkshire Hathaway. And we looked everywhere, and we did all these searches, and I don't know if it's somewhere down in a previous fund, and I just didn't find it. We don't know. But anyway, for all intents and purposes, probably I'm not a shareholder for Berkshire Hathaway. But you know what? I did this weird spontaneous thing anyway. See, it's in Omaha, Nebraska, which I've never been to Nebraska, except to drive through it on my way to Nashville. And my friend Richard, who is an investor, said, oh my gosh, you have to go to this because it's like a festival. It's not like a shareholder meeting. It's like a festival. And Omaha is a really cool city, and you have to do it. And my best friend from high school, Christy Skockle, Gabar, whatever her name is now, she lives in Kansas, about 3.5 hours away. So I did this spontaneous thing, and I called Christy, and I said, hey, I've got these passes. You want to go have a girls' weekend? And she did, and she does. And so I now have a plane ticket to Omaha to go to the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. Even though I don't have the money to spend on random weekends in Omaha, but it just felt so, it's like it was so weird that I got them. Don't know why I got these passes, and so close to Christy and et cetera, that I just did it. And now I'm really excited to do it. Although I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pack 4 days worth of shareholder meeting clothes in a teeny weeny little carry-on that I don't have to pay $25 for to put on the plane. Hey, did you know that you have to pay for any seat on your plane now that's not a center aisle seat? Like, you have to pay extra if you want a window seat. You have to pay extra if you want an aisle seat. The only thing that comes with the ticket is that nasty seat right in the center of the row, which sucks. I think that sucks. I don't know why airlines have to cut the most ridiculous corners that they do, but apparently they feel like they do. So I'm just going to try and schmooze the ticket agent when I get there and see if she can get me an aisle or a window seat or an aisle seat, because I hate the center seat. It makes me nauseous and cramped, and yeah, I don't like it. So anyway, I know I'm kvetching about airlines. I don't fly hardly ever, obviously. We're a road tripping kind of family more than anything, and especially now that there's 4 of us. You know how expensive it is to put 4 people on an airplane? It's like astronomical. It's ridiculous. So, oh, I just lost the screen. Did you do that? Did you lose the screen? Like when I lose it? Do you lose it too? I guess I could watch the video and find out, huh? But I don't really ever do that. I don't really ever go back and watch my videos. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Coming up on an Omaha, Nebraska Girls Weekend, which should be really fun. Trying to get rid of a cold sore. Still trying to get rid of all this back pain and stuff, but that's going much better. I'm really excited about the upcoming, hopefully, sale of my nonfiction medical memoir / every other genre you can think of crammed into one book. And keep your fingers crossed for me there. And next week I should have a blog. I have an idea already for a blog for this weekend, so hopefully the video will correspond with an actual blog instead of me just babbling on and on for no apparent reason. I would love to hear your views about my nonsense babble. But until next time, stay mystified.